Hello everyone. As the new year fireworks light up the sky, the football world kicks into high gear with its own kind of explosion, the fierce and thrilling winter transfer window. We waved goodbye to 2025 with a record-breaking £1.2 billion spending spree, where Manchester City alone splashed a massive £191 million. Now, 2026 promises to be just as insane. January isn't just about clubs patching up holes in their squads. It is the time for A-list superstars to find an escape route, chase new glory, or simply flee from their backstage nightmares. Here are the top 10 names guaranteed to dominate the headlines and deliver the first massive shocks of 2026. Let's get into it. One, Mohamed Salah, the King's Exodus. Last April, Mohamed Salah was rewarded with a new 2-year contract after leading Liverpool to their second Premier League title. But just 9 months later, the Egyptian King's legacy at Anfield is on the verge of collapse following a bitter breakdown. It all started on December 6, when Salah was benched by manager Arne Slot for the third consecutive game against Leeds United. The 33-year-old star publicly accused Liverpool of throwing him under the bus and declared his relationship with Slot over. In response, the Dutch tactician dropped Salah entirely from the squad against Inter Milan in the Champions League, demanding an apology. Although Salah returned from the bench in the 2-0 win over Brighton, his tearful eyes as he applauded the home crowd felt like a final goodbye. Currently, Salah is rediscovering his scoring touch at AFCON with Egypt, but the giants of the Saudi Pro League are already rolling out the red carpet. With Salah showing signs of age this season, this could be Liverpool's last chance to cash in before losing control of the situation. It is a sad ending for a legend, but perhaps an inevitable changing of the guard. 2. Antoine Semenyo, the Beast Unleashed. Is there any winger in the Premier League right now better than Antoine Semenyo? The stats and the reality on the pitch say no. The Bournemouth star is receiving a flood of praise for his two-footed ability and terrifying speed that leaves defenders eating his dust. His £65 million release clause becomes active this January. In this inflated market, that is an absolute steal for a 25-year-old whirlwind proven in the toughest league on the planet. Liverpool, Chelsea, Man Utd, and Tottenham are all hungry for his signature. But Manchester City are the ones leading the race. Semenyo wants his future sorted quickly, and seeing him arrive at the Etihad in the very first week of January is a very real possibility. Pep Guardiola needs a new explosive weapon to refresh his attack, and Semenyo is the perfect puzzle piece. Bournemouth will lose their brightest star, but they will pocket a massive fee to reinvest. 3. Karim Adeyemi, dreaming of the bright lights. Karim Adeyemi has officially signaled his intent to leave Dortmund, a decision partly driven by his girlfriend's desire to live in a major European metropolis. The German international has switched agents and is primed for a new adventure as soon as the window opens. Inter Milan are interested, but Manchester United and Arsenal are ready to go to war for his signature. Dortmund have slapped a £75 million price tag on him. That is a steep fee for a player with just 14 Bundesliga goals in 3 seasons and recent legal troubles hanging over him. However, his versatility is a seductive weapon. Arsenal are desperate for firepower as Gyökeres struggles and Havertz remains sidelined with injury. Meanwhile, United need a quality backup for Sesko. Adeyemi is still a raw diamond with immense potential, and the Premier League giants are willing to gamble big on his long-term future. 4. Elliot Anderson, the £100 million anchor. Following in the footsteps of Enzo Fernandez, Declan Rice, and Moises Caicedo, Nottingham Forest's Elliot Anderson is the latest defensive midfielder to be valued at over £100 million. An insane figure, but one that reflects the desperate scarcity of elite number 6s and the inflation of English talent. Sky Sports revealed this is Forest's minimum asking price, and Manchester United have expressed concrete interest. The Red Devils are craving a world-class holding midfielder, someone with the physique to shield the back line and the technique to dictate the tempo. Anderson is that perfect fit. Liverpool and his former club, Newcastle, are also watching closely. A record-breaking auction could erupt, even though Forest insist they will reject all mid-season offers. But in football, everyone has a price. A rare gem like Anderson could become the winter's most expensive blockbuster if a bidding war begins. 5. Mark Guéhi, the ticking time bomb. Mark Guéhi almost joined Liverpool for £35 million last summer. Rumour has it he even filmed his announcement video before Palace pulled the plug at the very last second. But now, with his contract expiring at the end of the season and no sign of a renewal, Palace have their backs against the wall. They must sell now or lose a valuable asset for absolutely nothing. Liverpool remain the favourites, but Man City, Bayern Munich, and Atletico Madrid have all crashed the party for 2026. Whoever moves fastest this January secures one of the smartest ball-playing defenders in the Premier League at just 25 years old. Guéhi is ready for his big move to an elite club, and Palace know the game is finally up. 6. Nico Schlotterbeck. The Bavarian raid. When the German giants get hungry, they look to their rivals. While Barcelona and Real Madrid are chasing Schlotterbeck, the hottest rumors suggest Bayern Munich are planning to raid Dortmund yet again to replace the departing Dayot Upamecano. It is a classic page out of Bayern's playbook, weakening their enemy to strengthen themselves. The 26-year-old German defender, contracted until 2027, is valued at over £50 million. But Liverpool are also lurking. Schlotterbeck's aerial dominance and natural leadership are undeniable, and reports claim he actually prioritizes a move to the Premier League. Dortmund are fighting hard to keep their pillar, but the allure of a new challenge, and a massive paycheck, could turn his head as soon as next month. 7. Ruben Neves, the return of the maestro. After 2.5 years in Saudi Arabia, Ruben Neves wants to come home to the Premier League after rejecting a contract extension with Al Hilal. Old Trafford looks like his destiny. Manchester United are still searching for a midfield conductor for manager Ruben Amorim's system, and Neves is the perfect fit. The 28-year-old is Premier League proven, with 253 appearances for Wolves and over a decade of international experience. West Ham are interested, but the pull of a super club like United, and a reunion with his compatriot Bruno Fernandes, is likely too strong to resist. With Neves becoming a free agent in the summer, United could snap him up right now for a cut price fee of just £18 million. It is a golden opportunity for the Red Devils to solve their midfield puzzle with a world-class operator at a bargain price. 8. Conor Gallagher, the express ticket home. Once chased by half the Premier League before joining Atletico Madrid for £33 million in 2024. Conor Gallagher is now looking back towards England. He is unhappy with his role in Spain, struggling for minutes under Diego Simeone, and fearing for his spot in the upcoming World Cup squad. Manchester United are eyeing a loan deal, but Atletico prefer a permanent sale to recoup their initial investment. Tottenham and Leeds are also circling. A high-energy box-to-box midfielder like Gallagher is a rare find. And 6 months of regular football in the Premier League is exactly what he needs to impress England boss Thomas Tuchel. According to the latest reports from Spanish outlet Marca, Gallagher has held showdown talks with Simeone regarding his future. He has explicitly asked for a move to Old Trafford this January. The Premier League is wide open to welcome its lost son home. 9. Marc-Andre ter Stegen, the outcast captain. Ter Stegen's return from a 3-month back injury in the Copa del Rey win over Guadalajara was supposed to be a fresh start. Instead, it was a cold reality check. Manager Hansi Flick brutally declared it a one-off appearance, confirming that Joan Garcia and Wojciech Szczesny remain the top choices at the Camp Nou. The relationship is broken. Reports suggest he was even stripped of the temporary captaincy back in August after refusing to share his medical data. His road at Barcelona has reached a dead end, while clubs in Turkey and Saudi Arabia are calling. Aston Villa have made a surprise inquiry. But this raises a massive question. Is the 33-year-old being signed to challenge Emi Martinez? Or just to sit on the bench? Despite his elite distribution and reflexes, ter Stegen's future in top-flight European football looks bleaker than ever. 10. Kenan Yildiz, the Turkish jewel seeking a new throne. Juventus are in serious danger of losing their crown jewel, Kenan Yildiz, despite his contract running until 2029. The reason is timeless: money. Yildiz feels his current salary does not match his superstar status and is demanding to be one of the club's top earners. With contract talks hitting a stone wall, Arsenal have reportedly made contact with super agent Jorge Mendes. The 20-year-old's versatility and technical brilliance have caught the eye of Mikel Arteta, and the Gunners could test Juventus's resolve with a massive January bid. Yildiz is the shining light in a struggling Juventus side, and his skills are tailor-made for the Premier League. However, Chelsea, Man United, and Real Madrid are also circling the forward, who Juventus value at £80 million. Losing their brightest star would be a devastating blow to the old lady's ambitions. But the pull of the Premier League is becoming impossible to resist.